The American people rejected, soundly rejected, the anti-democratic, authoritarian, nasty, and divisive direction the MAGA Republicans wanted to take our country in.
Okay, well, that's one theory. Let's find out what Kurt and Terry want to say about that. Kurt Schlichter, senior columnist, townhall.com, also author of the new book Inferno, and my buddy Terry Schilling, president of the American Principles Project. All right, Kurt, everyone has a theory. Whenever you lose, everyone has theories as to why you lost. It's this guy's fault, it's Trump, it's McConnell, it's McCarthy, it's the sky, it's the abortion, it's whatever. Kurt Schlichter, we're all a little bit sore. Why'd we lose?
Look, we lawyers have a word for this, or a phrase. It's called joint several liability. It means a bunch of people can be equally responsible for the same problem. There are a lot of things that went wrong, and we have to have the courage to face them. That includes people who, like Donald Trump, need to face the Donald Trump problems. People who don't like Donald Trump need to face their own problems. We need to look at the Republican leadership. We need to look at the tactics, techniques, and procedures we were using. We need to use the issue sets we were putting out there. The fact is, it did not get beyond the margin of fraud. It did not get between the margin of the relatively small amount that some of the new voting rules allow the other side to get, and that maybe we should be exploiting ourselves. I don't like the blame thrower act. I want to find out what the problem is. I want to get it done, but that means some people need to go away. That's fine. We got to win this in 2024.
Okay. Terry, who's to blame?
I think two people are two, groups are to blame. It's those establishment, conventional wisdom GOPers who told us that we just need to make this election about the economy and about jobs and about 10% inflation. We won those groups of people, but where we got killed was abortion. And that was because Democrats campaigned like crazy on abortion and how radical Republicans were, and Republicans didn't mention the A word. If you really wanted to win this cycle, you had to show how extreme Democrats were, which, by the way, I still think that aborting a baby in the 9th month, that's 8 pounds, is pretty extreme. And I think the vast majority of Americans are against that. But how many Republicans actually went on offense there? The other thing that I think we have to blame is this current election system where the Democrats are focused on collecting ballots of their party and Republicans are focused on trying to win over voters. One is industrialized, it's mechanical, and the other is romantic, and it's systemic. And we need to, if the Republican Party is going to win elections in the future, we need to be just as mechanical and just as methodical as the Democrats are in harvesting their ballots.
Kurt, you referenced the Trump problem. What are you talking about?
Well, look, Trump was partly to blame for this. He's the head guy. The commander's responsible for everything the unit does or doesn't do. He helped pick some guys who didn't get it done. He didn't spend the money he could have. But, while I've got criticisms of Trump, and I write about him in Town Hall today at length, I think it is very simplistic for people to say, well, if we just dump Trump, we'll be fine. Look, Trump came along for a reason, and the problems that got us Trump have not gone away. We need to do a deep dive to get to the point where a significant majority of the American people will vote for us. The simple fact is, a lot of people will not vote for us, more than the numbers should be. There's always going to be some hardcores who are unswaverable. But the fact is, we just didn't get the numbers. And that goes whether you have the quote-unquote bad candidates like Dr. Oz, or the good candidates like Adam Laxalt, who on paper is perfect, and he's a great guy. But they didn't get it done. It didn't happen. So we've got to figure out why, and we've got to look deep into ourselves. I agree on the mechanics of voting. I think that we have a different voting system, and we need to approach that. That's the battlefield, whether we like it or not. I think we need to talk and debate about how we handled abortion, and maybe we handled it too well. Maybe we were too aggressive on it. Maybe we weren't aggressive enough. Maybe it's a different issue that's important, but we need to talk about it, and we need to develop thick skin so when we do the after action review, of this, cluster, we don't make the same mistakes again.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.